Those two things are the most difficult and hardest things you can do, I think, in life. And what I would like to say is it's difficult. So ask yourself the questions of, if he is truly sorry, if he's really truly sorry, then why does he keep doing it? You got to ask yourself that question. If he was truly sorry, because I'm sure they've been sorry, whether they're male or female abusers, I'm sure they've been sorry kind of more than once. So if they are genuinely sorry, why don't they stop? That's the question you need to ask yourself. You know, if they genuinely made a mistake or lost their temper, or, you know, it was the alcohol or the drugs, then why do they do it again? So those are the questions you need to be asking yourself. And in your heart of hearts, you will know if they truly are sorry or not, or if it's just that you're giving them chance after chance after chance because there's that deep feeling that they might change. And the hardest part for me to tell you is that it's extremely rare that they change. Extremely rare. So based on the statistics of these men changing, and you have to treat them almost like they're a drug addict or they're an alcoholic, because they're addicted to the power and control. So how you have to treat them is that it's statistically unlikely that they're going to change. So ask yourself the question, if they were going to change, would they have changed by now? How long have I been in this relationship? Have they got worse? And most likely the answer to your question is yes, because what happens is, in proportion with the commitment of the relationship, is a direct correlation with the severity of the abuse. So yeah, so what you'll find is, as time goes on, they get worse. So how do you leave? To answer your question, how do you leave? Ask yourself those questions. How can I leave? So are they genuinely sorry? Did they do it once? You know, did they do it twice? How many times have they said they're sorry? How many times have they said they're going to change and they've not shown any form of change? Have they done any steps towards making any changes? Have they enrolled on an abuser rehabilitation program? Because therapy won't work, just to put that out there. Have they done any work on changing their deep core patterns of belief? If they haven't done any of these things, then maybe you need to ask yourself the question, why am I still putting up with this? Why am I still condoning this behavior? So ask yourself another question. Are they only abusive to yourself? Are they only treating you in this horrific or cruel way or unkind way? Are they only doing that to you, or are they doing that to other people as well? Because what I found was, with my abuser, with my ex-husband, yes, there was elements of emotional and psychological abuse to others, but he was only physically and sexually abusive to me. He wasn't physically or verbally abusive to his mum or to his friends, from what I could see, or his sister. So what that tells me is there was a level of respect for them that there wasn't for me. So where there's respect, there's no abuse. Where there's no respect, there's abuse. So that's the pattern. So you need to see if he's doing it with everybody, if he's doing it with just yourself. If he or she is doing it with everybody, that's quite worrying. That means that's a pattern, a very abusive, narcissistic pattern. If he's just doing it with you, it just goes to show he just does not have any respect for you at all. But either way, it's not a good sign. So what I would say is, another thing is to help you make that decision to leave an abusive man. Obviously, it ultimately has to be your choice. I can't help you in that other than give you the information. So every woman I've spoken to, and I am an advocate for women, so I have a lot of women that come up to me. Every single woman I've spoken to has only ever regretted the length of time that they've stayed with their partner. No woman regrets leaving the partner. once they finally have the courage to do it. So just let that be something that you're aware of. And then just to kind of be very clear, abusive men knowingly abuse women. And I can only speak about abusive men because I've seen and I've had 4 experiences of abusive men in my life, both as a child and as an adult. So they knowingly abuse you. So if that's not enough to make you make your own decision, then the only thing I can say is they knowingly abuse you, and they also enjoy abusing you. That is what helped me make my decision. So they knowingly abuse you, they enjoy it. In my heart of hearts, I knew they couldn't change. I knew if they were sorry, they wouldn't carry on doing it. So I asked myself all these questions. And then also, just to top off all of that stuff, something that might really help you is, I thought my friends and family were being biased. I honestly did. I thought my friends and family were being biased. So I went onto an anonymous forum and I told my story on there as objectively as I possibly could. And I had about 25 comments from random people who didn't know me, didn't know my ex, didn't know anything to do with any of our families, all commented that all the examples that I provided were in fact abuse. And I also spoke to a professional as well. They also confirmed that what was happening in my life was abuse. So if you can't hear it from your friends, if you can't speak to your family or your friends or anyone in your life, then go externally, go on an anonymous forum, doesn't cost you anything, go to a therapist, go to a psychologist, anybody that you need to go to get that affirmation of the examples of what you're doing. If you know something is wrong, go and speak to someone to get that affirmation, to get that confirmation that is if it is actually wrong or not. Because your self-doubt is more likely just a fog or a mind game that's been placed in your head just so you don't trust your own feelings, don't trust your own thoughts, and don't trust your own opinions. And it is likely that what is happening is indeed wrong. But I totally get you might not trust that. So please do reach out to somebody if you do need some help. So hopefully this has been help to somebody. If you are experiencing any of these issues, please do reach out to the telephone numbers and the websites below in the description, or please do contact myself on my Instagram page, which is Connecting Women Together. So that's Connecting Women Together with the number 2, and that's in the description below as well. Please do like, subscribe and share if this was of any use to you or will be of any use to anybody else. And please stay positive and please keep smiling at the person in the mirror.